Let me ask you, when was the last time you thought about your bones? I know for a fact that you think about your hair, you think about your skin, you think about your weight, but not bones. And the truth about bones for women post 40 is that they are changing. You may or may not feel it, but they are changing, they are losing their strength. And also, 1 out of 3 women across the globe suffer from osteoporosis, which is a figure much higher than breast cancer. And it is not that we cannot do anything about it and we have to live with it. There is a lot we can do to fix it. Like I said, I know we don't think about bones that often. So let's revisit and see what is happening with them inside our bodies and what all we can do to take care of them. Firstly, what are bones made of? So bones are not just the hard structure that you think. They are living organisms. They're made of calcium, they're made of phosphorus, they're made of magnesium, they're made of collagen, and they have bone marrow where the RBCs are made. Plus, the 99% of body's calcium is stored in the bones. Let's look at bone density over a woman's lifetime. So the bones grow from infancy to late teens. So by the age of 18 to 20, peak bone mass is achieved, which is 95% of the bone mass. And in 30s, the bone mass stabilizes. But in 40s, that is the time for rapid changes in the body. And the bone breakdown is higher than the bone buildup. Bones are constantly being broken down and rebuilt through a process called remodeling. This is when conditions of osteopenia, which is the early stages of osteoporosis, and osteoporosis begin to show up. Whereas in 50s, the bone breakdown is much higher. So in 40s, when there's a disruption or imbalance in hormones in females, that's where bone loss starts to happen. And that's why osteoporosis or fractures are higher in women versus men. Now let's look at the hormones that are involved when it comes to the bones. For women, there is estrogen, there is thyroid hormones, there is the parathyroid hormone, there is the calcitonin. So none of these hormones work in isolation. They all work in sync with each other to maintain the bone mass. Now let's look at a relation between blood calcium and the bone calcium. The blood calcium almost always is normal and is not an indicator of the calcium in the bones. The blood calcium is needed for the nerves, the muscles, the heart. Body finds its ways to maintain the blood calcium normal at all times. And do you know, in adults, the bone marrow in the hip bone, the spinal cord bone, the breast bone are very important in the production of RBCs. Remember what I told you earlier? Bones need nourishment, bones need hormones, bones need movement, and bones need rest to recover, to grow. Now let's look at what is it that you can do to take care of your bone health. The good news is there's a lot that you can do, and it's never too late. But the sooner you start, the better it is. So in terms of nutrition, you need to consume foods rich in calcium, vitamin D, magnesium, protein, K2, which is very important for bone remodeling. Also, you need to incorporate some form of physical activity, which is weight bearing. Now that can be walking, climbing stairs, even jumping on the spot for 10 minutes, which is 3 times a week is just fine. Believe it or not, this kind of stress is when the bone density increases and when the calcium assimilation happens in the bones. You need to take care of your sleep because bones are made when you're sleeping. You need to get sunlight. That's non-negotiable. 10 to 15 minutes of sunlight without sunscreen is good enough. And let me tell you, vitamin D is absorbed from your limbs and you need to go sunscreen free on your limbs. It's okay to apply sunscreen on your face. I can't put more emphasis on stress management. If the cortisol levels are high, calcium absorption will not happen. The only way to find out the health of your bones is a DEXA scan, not a blood test. The quiet truth that I have learned about bones over the years is that it's never too late and you're never too old to start building strong bones. And the other one is that the bones are not built in the gym. The bones are built in your kitchen, they're built in sleep, they are built in sunlight. Now think about it. Bones are the foundation of your body. I hope I have been able to give you a nudge to start taking care of your bones right now.